wanted to share with you something today that has been on my heart, especially as I look at my littlest kids, my two little girls. They are 6 and 8, and the time just seems to be slipping through my fingers. I can see them getting older every single day. Even though I call the baby, she's not a baby. She's 6 years old. And she's learning how to read, and she's pretty much self-sufficient. There's a few things that I still have to do for her, but I can see where the homeschooling years are beginning to close. I just recently put away the preschool curriculum, and that means I will never have another preschooler go through that curriculum again. As we go through the phonics program, this is the last time that I'll be going through that phonics program, unless I school some grandchildren, but I don't think that's probably going to be the case because my kids will probably want to do that. So anyway, I just realize some things as the time is getting away from me that I don't want to miss any of these little moments. And I know that there are so many things vying for our time these days, and I don't want you to feel guilty about where you choose to spend your time, but I want to encourage you that spending time with your littlest ones as they grow up is not a waste of time, and it actually doesn't take that long. You literally can give them 5-10 minutes of your time. Go on a short walk with them. Sit down and play paper dolls with them, or kitchen, or run some cars up and down a road that you made out of painter's tape. And just 5-10 minutes of your time during the day with them is that time well spent. It's time that you are going to get to make memories with them. And someday they're not going to ask you to run cars up and down the carpet. They're not going to ask you to take a walk with them. They're not going to ask you to play dress up or read a book to them. Things change, they grow up, and those moments slip away. And so when they ask you, try to be that yes mom when you can be. And don't think of it as, I'm going to have to spend 30 minutes doing this, or an hour or 2 hours, or this is going to take up my entire afternoon. Think of it more as snippets of time, little bits of time that you take where you kind of just force yourself to get up from what you're doing. And because I know it's important, I know what we're doing during the day is important, and I am a huge advocate of bringing your children alongside you while you're doing big people work. But I also think it's important to take those 5-10 minutes snippets out of your day where you go and do something just with those little people, or just with individual children. We talk about special nights on Raising Arrows a lot because every single week one of my children has a special night where we let them have a special drink and a special food, and they get to stay up late and they spend time with mom and dad. And it's a time that we can spend talking to them and just spending time with them, because sometimes that's all they really want is just time. They want to talk to us. They want their little tanks filled, and their little tanks are little. So it really only takes a few minutes out of your time. There are a lot of days where my 8-year-old just wants to take a walk with me. And I find myself often feeling like I'm too busy for that. I'm too busy, or she won't be able to keep up if I go on my big 2-mile walk, when really all she wants is a couple of blocks. That's all she cares about. So I am purposing and encouraging myself in this video as well to just get up and go for 5 or 10 minutes and hang out with those little kids, doing something that they want to do, because the time is precious and it won't be too long before they are as big as my big kids. And I know how sometimes I long to just go back to when all my kids were little. It seemed like such a hard thing. And now looking back, I know I have rose-colored glasses, but I gotta tell you, it wasn't that hard. I controlled everything. It was very physically demanding. But as I've said before, that physical demanding changed to mental and emotional, and it just changed. It's just different. And the more memories I can make in these little years, the more beautiful their memories and their time with me is going to be. And I think that building of relationships with them is going to carry us through their teenage years and on into their young adult years. And so that's what I really want for my family, is to build those relationships. So that is my encouragement to you, and my encouragement to myself is to take those little moments and do those little things and spend time with those little people. Have a blessed day, friends.